Uncovering Your Breakthrough: God's Unexpected Path to Transformation. Introduction. Have you ever found yourself in a place where life feels stagnant, like you're just going through the motions, waiting for something to change? We've all been there. In those moments, many of us turn to God, hoping for a breakthrough, an event that will transform our situation and open the doors to new possibilities. But what does a breakthrough really mean? Is it something tangible, or just a comforting phrase we tell ourselves? The truth is, God is a God of surprises, miracles, and breakthroughs. His power isn't confined by our current circumstances, and when He acts in our lives, the impact ripples outward to touch our communities and even the world. A breakthrough isn't just about achieving what we want, it's about becoming the person God designed us to be. Ready to explore the breakthrough God has in store for you? Chapter 1. The Nature of Breakthroughs. It's bigger than you think. When we think of a breakthrough, we often imagine a sudden, dramatic change, a long-awaited job offer, a healed relationship, or a financial windfall. But God's idea of a breakthrough is much deeper. It's not just about the outcome. It's about transformation. God doesn't just want to change your circumstances. He wants to change you. Consider this. Have you ever experienced a time when something didn't go according to your plan, but in the end, it led to unexpected growth or a new direction in your life? This is a form of breakthrough. While you might have prayed for one outcome, God saw the bigger picture. His breakthrough often looks different from what we expect, but it's always aligned with His perfect design for our lives. Breakthroughs aren't only personal, they affect those around us. When God brings light into your life, it shines on the people near you. This is evident in biblical stories like Moses, David, and Peter. These ordinary people didn't just experience personal breakthroughs, they led entire communities into new eras of faith and transformation. Chapter 2. The Waiting Season. What to do when you feel stuck. Many of us feel like we're in a waiting season, wondering when our breakthrough will come. You might be praying for change, yet nothing seems to happen. Doubt creeps in, and you start to question whether God hears your prayers at all. Have you ever felt like your prayers are just bouncing off the ceiling, or as if you're speaking to an empty room? This feeling is common, but it's not the end of the story. Even when we can't see it, God is working behind the scenes. In times of doubt and waiting, it's important to remember that God's timeline is not the same as ours. The Bible is full of stories where individuals had to wait for their breakthrough, sometimes for years. But during that waiting period, God was preparing them for something greater. Think of David, who wrote in Psalm 31 verse 11, "You have turned my mourning into dancing." David's breakthrough didn't come overnight. He faced years of hardship, but in the end, God brought transformation. The waiting season isn't a punishment. It's often a time of preparation. God is refining you, strengthening your faith, and aligning your heart with His. Chapter 3. The Role of Faith. Trusting when you can't see the way. The key to receiving a breakthrough is faith. But what does faith look like when everything around you suggests that change isn't coming? Faith is believing in God's promises even when they seem illogical or impossible. It's about trusting that God is working all things out for your good, even when you can't see it. Imagine a person standing in front of a locked door. Faith is the belief that the key to that door exists, even if you don't have it in your hand yet. You don't stop knocking because you know the door will eventually open. That's the kind of faith God calls us to, persistent, unwavering trust that He is at work. In Hebrews 11 verse 1, it says, "Now faith is the assurance of things hoped for, the conviction of things not seen." This means that faith isn't about having all the answers or seeing immediate results. It's about standing firm in your belief that God is good, that He is for you, and that He will bring about the change you need, even when it seems far off. Chapter 4. Surrender. Letting go of control. One of the hardest parts of seeking a breakthrough is learning to surrender. It's natural to want to control the outcome, to try to force things to happen in your own way and time. But God's breakthroughs come when we release that need for control and surrender our worries, doubts, and plans to Him. Surrender isn't about giving up, it's about giving over. It's about trusting that God's ways are higher than our ways, and that He knows what's best for us. When we hold on to fear and anxiety, we block the flow of God's blessings. But when we release those things into His hands, we create space for Him to move powerfully in our lives. Are you ready to let go of the weight you've been carrying? It's time to trust that God has a plan, even if you don't know what it looks like yet. Summary: embracing the breakthrough God has for you. So, what does a breakthrough really mean in your life? It's about more than just getting what you want. It's about stepping into the life God designed for you. Here's what we've explored today. The nature of breakthroughs. God's breakthrough is about transformation, not just outcomes. It's about changing you and those around you. The waiting season. If you feel stuck, know that God is working behind the scenes, preparing you for something greater. Faith. Trust in God's promises, even when you can't see the way forward. Faith is believing that your breakthrough is coming, even when the evidence isn't there yet. Surrender. Let go of the need to control everything. When you release your worries and plans to God, you make room for His powerful intervention. Today's action steps. Here's what you can do today to move toward your breakthrough. Reflect. Take some time to think about the areas of your life where you're seeking a breakthrough. Are you focused on an outcome? Or are you open to the transformation God has in store? Pray. Ask God for the strength to trust in His timing and plan. Release your doubts, worries, and need for control to Him. Hold on to faith. Throughout your day, remind yourself that God is working all things for your good, even when you can't see it. If today's message spoke to you, there's more where that came from. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments below, what breakthrough are you believing for in your life? Let's continue this journey together, trusting that God has incredible plans for each of us.